Hi, and welcome to IDT 608 Instructional Development. My name is Dr. Allen, and I'm very excited to be your instructor for this class. This is a fun class where you get to put all of those excellent strategies and design plans that you've been working on into action and actually start the development of your project. So for this introduction video, I wanted to share a quick overview of what the class looks like and then highlight some of the information I need from you in your introduction. So to start, this is an outline of what we're looking at for our class. In this first week for your assignment, you'll be coming up with a development plan. So a time frame as to what components of your training intervention you'll be creating each week. Weeks 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be the 4 weeks of your development work. So whether you have your work broken into, or your training broken into modules and you want to work on a module or two a week, or if you want to work on your rubrics first, then your assessments, whatever method you plan, that's what you're going to be identifying in your week 1 assignment. Then when we get into week 2, that's going to be your first week of development where you'll actually start to develop your course, your training intervention. Our week 3 is your week 2 of development, so on and so forth. So I did want to point out that while week 5 is your 4th and final week of development, keep in mind that you are going to be sharing your training intervention with your classmates in the discussion forum, and that's due on Thursday. And then the final week of class will be a summary as to your development process. So keep in mind that when you're developing your training, you do want your training to be accessible to your classmates and your instructors in this class and in future classes, as well as your target or intended audience. So you want to make sure whatever platform you decide to house your training intervention on, it's going to be accessible. So for your introduction in this forum, there are some different areas that I need for you to address. The first is going to be identify your project. You want to explain this in enough detail so that someone outside of your organization would understand what your project entails. And with that, you're going to be identifying your goals or the general aim of your training intervention and what you hope to accomplish with that. And then you're going to identify your target audience. So this kind of adds additional context into what problem you'll be addressing. Fourth, you do need to describe your delivery format. So if this is intended to be an asynchronous online training intervention that's self-paced, or if it's going to be instructor-led or a hybrid, you want to identify that. And I'd also love to know if you're going to be housing your information online, what platform you're going to be using. And then last but not least, you're going to be listing your learning outcomes. And keep in mind that the goals you identified earlier are kind of your broad view, general intentions that you hope to achieve as a result of your training intervention. Your learning outcomes are specific to your learners, and it identifies what your learners will be able to do or what they will know as a direct result of having completed the training intervention. So I hope this information helps. If you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks so much, and I look forward to working with you all.